Do you ever wonder if your relentless scrolling through digital landscapes is more than just a habit, but a retreat? Consider this. Technology often serves as a mirror, revealing how we choose screens to avoid confronting deeper, personal issues. But what if the mental breakdown you fear could actually be your most profound breakthrough? The first reason that the mental breakdown is good for you is that technology, your constant companion, has evolved from a tool of convenience to a vehicle of escape. It offers you a seductive exit from the uncomfortable reality of personal anxieties or unresolved emotional disturbances. Each ping from your smartphone is a siren call, luring you away from the necessary work of dealing with your deeper issues. This continuous avoidance doesn't heal, but rather delays the inevitable confrontation with self, storing up emotional turmoil for future reckoning. Moreover, the type of content you consume often compounds the problem. Just as junk food provides a momentary pleasure followed by long-lasting regret, the trivial digital content you consume daily, endless news cycles, social media feeds, and viral videos, acts in much the same way. This information is easy to digest and addictive, but ultimately leaves you intellectually malnourished and emotionally unfulfilled. The immediate gratification of surface-level engagement often results in a mental bloat, where you feel a sense of fullness, yet derive no real nourishment. This diet of junk thoughts is hazardous. It fills your cognitive space with noise, crowding out the potential for meaningful contemplation and intellectual growth. Just as a diet rich in processed foods can lead to physical health problems, a mental diet lacking substantive content fosters cognitive sluggishness. Your brain, denied the stimulating complexities of thoughtful analysis or creative challenges, begins to atrophy in certain capacities. You become less able to engage in critical thinking, more prone to passive consumption, and your conversations might start mirroring this shallowness, affecting your relationships and professional life. Furthermore, the persistent evasion of deep personal reflection and reliance on digital distractions can lead to a crisis of identity. Without the quiet that breeds self-awareness, you can become estranged from your own values and desires. You begin to define yourself not by who you are or what you believe, but by the fleeting opinions and shifting standards of the online world. This disconnection from self is not merely a philosophical loss. It manifests in everyday life as a lack of purpose, wavering convictions, and a pervasive sense of dissatisfaction. In the long run, this lifestyle of avoidance and superficial engagement takes a toll on your mental health. Without intervention, the cumulative effect of ignored personal issues and unmet emotional needs can lead to psychological breakdowns. These are not sudden collapses, but the final surrender after long periods of erosion caused by neglecting the mind's deeper needs. It is a stark reminder that the mind, like the body, requires care, nourishment, and exercise to remain healthy. So, how do you combat this dilemma? The answer lies in intentional living and conscious consumption. Choose to engage with technology in a way that adds value to your life without becoming a crutch for avoidance. Cultivate habits that promote mental fitness. Read books that challenge you. Engage in discussions that stimulate, and take time for silent reflection to reconnect with your deeper self. This mindful approach is not easy. It requires discipline and awareness, but it is essential for your well-being in an increasingly distracted world. Take this challenge, and you will find that beyond the noise, a clarity awaits that will illuminate the true contours of your identity and purpose. The second reason this digital disconnection is detrimental revolves around the erosion of your personal authenticity. As you drift further from your genuine emotions and desires, you begin to live a peripheral existence, orbiting around the essence of who you are without ever landing. This loss of authenticity is not just a disservice to your sense of self, but also undermines your relationships and life decisions. Living without a firm grasp of your emotional and existential bearings is akin to navigating a ship without a compass. You are adrift, susceptible to the currents of external influences and fleeting trends, which can lead to choices that misalign with your deeper values and long-term happiness. Moreover, the impact on your mental health cannot be overstated. The human mind is not designed for constant, superficial engagement. Just as the body requires nutritious sustenance to function optimally, your mind needs meaningful, reflective interactions to thrive. When personal issues are consistently ignored or masked by superficial engagements, it sets the stage for psychological breakdowns. These breakdowns are not always dramatic or immediate. Often, they manifest subtly: increased anxiety, persistent dissatisfaction, or a pervasive sense of hopelessness. Over time, these symptoms can escalate, leading to more severe mental health crises. Each swipe, click, and like might seem inconsequential, but collectively, they construct a barrier to deeper self-connection. The irony of this digital age is that while you are more connected than ever to the world, you are increasingly disconnected from yourself. This disconnect is not just psychological, but existential, stripping away the layers of meaning that constitute a fulfilling life. To combat this, it's imperative to reintroduce moments of stillness and reflection into your daily routine. It's about turning off the autopilot mode that technology so easily enables and reclaiming the steering wheel of your life. Start by setting boundaries with your digital devices. Designate tech-free times, especially during periods meant for relaxation and reflection. Engage in activities that foster deep thought and genuine emotional connection, like reading books, practicing meditation, or simply spending quality time in nature or with loved ones. These practices help to ground you, pulling you back from the precipice of digital immersion and leading you towards a richer, more introspective existence. The journey back to your true self is challenging, yet essential. It requires courage to face the complexities of your emotions and desires head-on, without the filter of a digital interface. But remember, in this quest for authenticity, each step you take not only defines the quality of your life, but also reaffirms your existence as a deeply feeling, profoundly thoughtful human being. Take this challenge and let it transform not just your mental health, but your entire being, ensuring that you live not as a shadow of yourself, lost in the digital ether, but as a fully realized person in a vividly experienced world. The third reason behind the necessity of welcoming a psychological break lies in the profound opportunity for rebirth it presents. Sometimes it is only through the complete unraveling of our current selves that we can shed the inauthentic layers we've accumulated and realign with our truest identities. This breakdown is not merely a collapse, but a crucial dismantling, a necessary chaos that invites a deeper order to emerge from the ruins of our former selves. Consider, for instance, the metaphor of the closet, a space where things are often hidden away, cluttering over time until the door can barely close. Just as a closet must occasionally be emptied and reorganized to serve its purpose effectively, so too must you periodically clear out the psychological clutter that obscures your true essence. Coming out of various closets, whether emotional, professional, or personal, is not just an act of opening a door. It's a deliberate process of confronting what has been hidden away: outdated beliefs, former traumas, suppressed desires, and masks worn so long they seem like faces. This process of psychological and emotional coming out can be immensely challenging. It often feels safer to remain confined within known parameters, even if they are limiting or false. Yet, the discomfort of stepping out is a testament to its necessity. The closets you hide in are often constructed by societal expectations, cultural norms, or familial pressures, and they can become so familiar that living openly feels daunting. However, the liberation that comes from dismantling these confines is transformative, allowing you to live more authentically, aligned with your true desires and values. The breakdown, then, serves as a critical breakpoint, an intense moment of clarity where the structures holding up the false selves are seen for what they are: fragile and constraining. In this space where everything seems to fall apart, there is a potent silence that allows for profound introspection. Here, you are given a chance to ask yourself who you really are when stripped of all externals. What parts of you have been muted or ignored? What dreams have been shelved for being too ambitious or out of reach? This breakthrough from breakdown necessitates facing these questions with bravery and honesty. It's about recognizing that the pain of remaining tight inside the bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom, as Anais Nin eloquently put it. This blossoming, while painful, brings about a vibrant new existence where you can breathe, grow, and exist in your most natural state. Furthermore, as you emerge from this transformative breakdown, your journey resonates with others. It becomes a beacon for those too frightened to face their own closets, a demonstration of the liberating power of authenticity. Your example challenges others to reconsider their own places of hiding and the possibilities that await them outside their confinements. Thus, the psychological break, the breakdown, is not an end, but a beginning. It marks the start of a deeper exploration into your psyche, an excavation of the authentic self long buried under societal debris and personal fears. Embrace this process, for it promises not just recovery, but a discovery of a self more genuine and free than ever before. This journey, though fraught with challenges, paves the way toward a life lived with genuine freedom and fulfillment, making every difficult step worth the effort. The fourth reason you must dare to traverse the daunting terrain of your psyche, what I term the Black Forest, is that this journey is essential to reaching the verdant paradise of your inner truth and authenticity. This forest is not merely a cluster of trees, but a metaphorical realm filled with the shadows and darker aspects of your soul. Here, the air is thick with the unspoken, where suppressed emotions and untold stories linger in the silent undergrowth, waiting to be acknowledged and integrated into the whole of your being. Accepting this journey through darkness is a formidable task that demands courage and resilience. The path is rarely linear and often obscured by the underbrush of past traumas and fears. As you push forward, the thorns of old grievances and the brambles of painful memories may scratch at your resolve. But it is in the heart of this darkness that true transformation occurs. You must delve into these shadowed woods, not as a conqueror, but as a sage seeker of wisdom, willing to listen to the whispers of the less trodden paths. The importance of acknowledging and integrating your shadow cannot be overstated. In the psychological context, the shadow refers to those parts of ourselves we choose to repress or ignore, qualities and impulses that do not align with our idealized self-image. Yet these rejected parts hold immense power over our psyche. By bringing them into the light of conscious awareness, you not only disarm them of their destructive potential, but also reclaim the energy that was bound in suppression. Integrating your shadow might involve confronting feelings of anger, jealousy, or insecurity, emotions deemed negative but universally human. This integration is akin to gathering scattered pieces of a puzzle. Each piece, no matter how dark or unflattering, is crucial to completing the picture. As you gradually embrace these aspects, you transform your inner landscape. The once impenetrable dark forest begins to thin, revealing clearer paths and new growth. What was once a place of fear and avoidance becomes a source of strength and wisdom. You learn that every aspect of your psyche holds value, and that denying any part of it is denying a part of your whole self. Furthermore, as you integrate your shadow, your external relationships transform. You become more authentic and whole, no longer projecting your repressed qualities onto others or the world around you. This authenticity fosters deeper connections and a greater sense of peace with yourself and your life's journey. Therefore, the journey through the Black Forest is not to be shunned, but embraced. It is a rite of passage into deeper self-knowledge and emotional freedom. The path requires that you face your fears, challenge your preconceptions, and accept the entirety of your being with compassion and grace. So stand at the edge of your Black Forest with a brave heart and a willing spirit. Trust that this journey is necessary, that each step into the shadows is a step towards a brighter, more authentic you. Remember, it is not just about finding light at the end of the tunnel, but finding light within the tunnel itself. Each shadow you illuminate, each suppressed emotion you integrate, brightens your inner world, leading you closer to the inner paradise of peace and wholeness. The fifth reason for journeying through your inner landscape, with its shadows and lights, is to embrace your authentic self, a self possibly buried under years of societal expectations, cultural impositions, and personal denials. This process of realignment with your true desires is not just about self-discovery. It's about liberating yourself from the shoulds and musts that have dictated your choices, perhaps without your conscious consent. Consider this. How often have you found yourself pursuing goals or living in ways that resonate more with societal norms or family expectations than with your own true passions? Perhaps you've pursued a career that promises security over satisfaction, or maybe you've adopted lifestyle choices that mirror those around you, rather than exploring what genuinely makes you feel alive and fulfilled. The process of realigning with your true desires requires you to peel back these layers of external influences, to question and sift through them until you reach the core of your genuine self. This exploration is not a passive undertaking. It demands active engagement and honest questioning. What stirs your soul? When do you feel most at peace or most alive? These questions might lead you to rediscover long-suppressed interests or to unearth new passions. The answers do not come all at once but unfold over time through trial and exploration. You might find that what you once loved no longer serves you, or you may discover new passions that ignite a fire within you. Once you start to identify these true desires, the next step is to accept them through creative and emotional liberation. This can manifest in myriad ways, depending on your unique passions and circumstances. If you find deep joy in creativity, consider how you can make space for it in your life. This might mean setting aside time each day to paint, write, or create music, even if it's just for a few minutes. For others, it might involve a more significant change, such as a career shift that aligns more closely with personal values and interests, or adopting a lifestyle that reflects a commitment to personal well-being and happiness. Embracing your authentic self also means allowing yourself to express emotions and desires that you may have previously suppressed. This emotional honesty not only enhances your personal growth, but also deepens your relationships, allowing others to connect with the real you, not just the facade. This level of authenticity can be challenging to maintain, especially if it diverges from the expectations of those around you, but it is crucial for lasting fulfillment and peace. In practical terms, start small. Make incremental changes that feel manageable but meaningful. Each step toward aligning your life with your true desires reaffirms your commitment to your authentic self. Celebrate these moments of bravery, for each represents a victory over the inertia of an unexamined life. The journey to embracing your authentic self is, in essence, a journey back to you, the you that might have been overshadowed by other stories and silenced by the noise of societal demands. It is a path of profound self-reclamation and empowerment. Remember, each step you take on this path not only liberates you, but also sets a precedent for those around you, demonstrating that living authentically is not only possible, but profoundly enriching. Face this journey with courage and openness, for in doing so, you choose to live a life resonant with your deepest truths and highest aspirations. As we draw the curtains on our exploration on self-discovery, remember that the path to truly understanding and embracing your inner truths is both arduous and profoundly transformative. You stand at the precipice of potential, where each step into the caverns of self-awareness illuminates the obscured fragments of your being and weaves them into the whole. This journey is not merely about uncovering hidden truths, but about reconstructing your identity in a way that aligns more authentically with your core values and desires. The initial steps toward this profound authenticity require you to consciously reduce the incessant digital and social noise that fills your daily life. Start by carving out spaces of silence and solitude where introspection can occur. This might mean turning off your smartphone for a few hours each day, stepping away from the unending chatter of social media, or simply sitting with your thoughts without any distractions. These moments of quiet are your sanctuaries, places where you can hear the most subtle whispers of your soul, guiding you towards deeper clarity and peace. Be prepared for the pain and challenges that inevitably arise on this path as integral parts of your transformation. Like the fire that tempers steel, each difficulty you encounter not only tests but strengthens your resolve and sharpens your understanding of who you are. The discomfort of facing what lies within you is a necessary crucible for growth, burning away the inessential and leaving behind a purity of purpose. Now, I urge you to take the bold first steps on this journey. Engage deeply with yourself, ask the hard questions, and dare to listen to the answers that come from within. As you do, share your stories of struggle and success. Let your narrative be a torchlight for others navigating their paths in the dark woods of self-discovery. Your experiences, rich with lessons and insights, are not just for you, but for the greater human experience. Remember that the pursuit of true happiness is a voyage that begins with a single step inward. Embrace each step, each stumble, for they are the dance of a life lived fully and fearlessly. Venture forth with courage, dear traveler, for your journey is as magnificent as it is essential. You are not alone.